I'm Hillary Isom from Lotus Blossom Yoga. Today I want to share with you a way that pregnant women can open up the chest area, open up a little bit of space in the side ribs, and also get a little bit more opening in their hips while they're working to flow and strengthen their bodies during their pregnancy. So this is a variation of a seated side bend that can feel really good in pregnancy. If you think about baby growing, babies don't just grow out, they also grow up into the body. When this happens, a lot of women find that they have a little bit less room to breathe, a little bit more room to move their upper bodies. And during the day, functionally, all of us spend time leaning over, picking things up. We spend time reaching up, back bending a little bit to get things out of the cabinet. But when do we ever lean over to the side in a normal day, just functionally? Doesn't happen. So when we purposely lean to the side, we can create a lot more space through the sides of the torso by opening up the intercostal muscles between the ribs. And that gives a lot more room for the breath to expand. The lungs can expand from front to back, but they also have some space to expand from side to side. And it just creates a little bit more comfort for the pregnant woman as her belly starts to get a little bit bigger. So I'm going to show you a couple of variations of how we can use this seated side bend to help make it comfortable for all women throughout pregnancy. They can choose the variation that feels right on any given day. I'm sitting on a blanket here, right on the front edge of a blanket to help keep my pelvis in a nice neutral alignment. One of my knees is bent, the sole of the foot comes to the other inner thigh, and this straight leg, my toes and my knees are pointing straight up to the sky. From here, I feel like I have a really nice bit of support for my low back, and my pelvis is in a nice neutral position. I turn my body so that my belly is facing toward the bent knee. The other hand comes onto the straight leg, and that bent knee side, I reach the arm up toward the sky, and I already feel some nice lengthening through the side ribs. I can feel these muscles opening. I can feel a little bit more space for my breath to move into this side of my body. So I take a big breath in, and on the exhale, I lean over toward that straight leg. Now, I'm not caving in. I'm not trying to get to the floor. I'm keeping both sides of the ribs nice and long, lifting my heart up toward the sky and breathing in deeply. And I can pause here for a little bit if I want to. I can stretch out through the fingertips and really create a lot of nice space along this line of the body. When I transition to the other side, I'll breathe in to rise up, then plant that hand behind me, raise the other arm, and lift my chest up toward the sky. A lot of women find that this is enough just to stay right here with their sitting bones on the ground. But for a little bit of extra strengthening, as long as there's no pain in the low back, it might feel nice to engage the glutes a little bit, lift the hips, and get a nice stretch through the hip flexors, lengthening out this side of the body just a little bit more. Stay here for a breath or two, then gently lower down. And women can move from side to side following their breath, lengthening out this way, inhaling through the center, and then reversing the movement just with the arm, maybe lifting the hip, eventually coming back into the center. And of course, we would then switch to the second side. And you might choose to take a little bit of movement in between the two sides. One nice option is to bring the soles of the feet together into Baddha Konasana or cobbler's pose, pushing the feet together, dropping the knees down, maybe even rocking the body out a little bit, just to find a little bit more release in the hips and in the low back, rocking in both directions, and then eventually taking it to the other side to really open this side of the body up as well. At the end of the practice, sitting tall, taking some nice deep breaths, notice there's a little bit more length, a little bit more height in the body, a little bit more space to breathe, and a little bit more room for baby to move around. If you like this video, if you like these ideas, please click on like below, maybe subscribe to our channel, and stay tuned for more ways to use yoga during pregnancy. Namaste.